we're finally learning what exactly faction rallies are going to be. What's going on, Guardians? TBL here from Planet Destiny, and today is September 21st, 2017. It's a Thursday, which means we of course got our Bungie weekly update this week at Bungie, and this one was all about faction rallies, which are going to be going live next Tuesday, September 26th. And over the course of this video, we're going to be going over exactly what the faction rally is going to be, straight from the words of Bungie senior designer Tim Williams. We'll be covering how you can participate in the event and the rewards you'll get from it. Tim starts by saying this: each of the factions of the tower is having a rally to collect resources for its cause. They're recruiting Guardians to gather supplies for their faction and destroy enemy resources. They'll offer a suite of rewards to help the Guardians rise up against any enemy threats. As an incentive, each faction has set aside a powerful weapon to entice players to choose their side. The faction whose Guardians collect the most faction packages will be declared the winner. The winning faction will offer the weapon to everyone, but all who pledge loyalty will receive it with a huge discount as repayment for their contributions to their faction's cause. That's right, this is going to be an actual competition between the three main factions of Destiny: the Dead Orbit, Future War Cult, and of course the best, the New Monarchy. Creating kind of a competition based on the faction you want to join. You'll pledge to a faction, you'll need to go and run PvE events to kind of level up with them, and the faction that gets the most Guardians to level up with it at the end of this period is going to get a very special reward for a discounted price. So, Arak Jalal from Dead Orbit, Lakshmi 2 from the Future War Cult, and Executor Hideo of New Monarchy will return to the tower to ask you to pledge your loyalty. But before you can make this choice, you must of course first reach level 20 and gain access to the tower. This basically means you'll need to beat the main campaign mission before you can take part in the faction rally. And of course, you'll only be able to pledge to one faction per character. Once you've chosen your side, your mission will be to return to the wilds and complete activities in support of your faction. You can do public events, explore lost sectors, complete strikes, clear the raid, or compete in the Crucible. And as you complete these activities, you'll be rewarded with faction tokens that you can turn in for packages full of loot. And that's it, Guardians. Those are faction rallies in a nutshell. So you're going to be able to pledge to a faction, go out and really complete any bit of content in the game, whether it's PvE stuff or PvP, and then gain reputation with that faction, leading to, of course, a faction level up, just like we've experienced with all of the other factions in the game, whether it's on Nessus, Io, the European Dead Zone, whatever else. And over the course of this blog post, we actually get to see all of the armor and weapons that are going to be available within these faction packages. And it's looking pretty good. It's looking like customized versions of already existing armor that's kind of been giving a paint job and maybe an emblem job to represent the faction that you choose. And of course, each faction is going to have specific weapons tied to them that you can only get from these factions. Right now, they're only available in the game as kind of a random drop from Cade chests. But you'll finally be able to get your hands on some of this stuff like the Number Auto Rifle when faction rallies go live next week. Now, in addition to all of the gear displayed in the blog post, each faction will be offering a special weapon as a reward to be sold if they emerge victorious. Everyone who pledged to the winning faction will be able to purchase it for about 1,000 Glimmer. Anyone who did not pledge can still get it, but they'll have to pay a much higher base price of 50,000 Glimmer. That's quite the expensive penny. And here's what you'll be able to get during the event. If Dead Orbit wins, you'll be able to get a very special Dead Orbit branded scout rifle. If the Future War Cult wins, you'll be getting a Future War Cult branded pulse rifle. And finally, for New Monarchy, if they happen to win, you'll be getting a very special New Monarchy Suro sidearm. And again, that's a reward that's going to be available from the faction that winds up winning the overall faction rally. If you're pledged to that faction, you'll be getting that weapon for only 1,000 Glimmer. If you're not pledged, well, you'll have to pay the much higher price of 50,000. Now there you go, Guardians. Those are faction rallies and what you'll be able to earn through them. Again, it's going to be starting next week on September 26th, 2017, and going all the way up until 2 a.m. Pacific time on October 3rd. The winner will be declared later that day at around 10 a.m. Pacific time. So good luck, Guardians, and may the best faction, also known as New Monarchy, win. But alright, Guardians, that is it for this one. Be sure to let us know what you Guardians think of the faction rallies that are going to be going live next week down in the comment section below. Do you already know which faction you're going to be pledging to? And hey, look, I know, no jokes about New Monarchy just getting a sidearm. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. Alright, I'm out for now. Thanks so much for watching. As always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians stay frosty.